What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah Malonson. So this year, I made about 250K. Last year I was completely broke, like broke, living with my mom. And I moved out and went all in on my business and locked in September of 2023. So it's been a little over 12 months. Um, So I'm just going to tell you really how I locked in, what that journey looked like to get me to here. Now I'm in Dallas. I'm in a high-rise apartment. Um, I do whatever the fuck I want. You know, I got 30K on YouTube, which is pretty crazy. My Instagram is growing. And yeah, I'm all here. I'm just here because a lot of it is from that one period that I locked in. So let me describe what that looks like. So the start of the journey is when I pretty much ran away from home. I didn't really run away from home, but like I was like, I got to get the fuck out now. And I felt like I escaped, right? It's not like anything horrible was happening back home. I was just super complacent and super comfortable. I was in the town that I grew up in all the time. I started hanging out with old bum friends. And you don't want to hang out with old bum friends because then you'll become an old bum. But so the journey starts when I left Louisiana, packed all my stuff up in my car. I'm surprised my car even made it that far. Drove out to Houston. Um, that journey itself, the journey to get out to Houston is it's like a movie. But then once I'm actually in Houston, right? So I bought this room in this big house. It had like I think the house naturally had like 4 or 6 rooms, but she like added a bunch of rooms and turned closets into rooms. So it's a 12-bedroom house. And so I rented out one of the rooms there. It was for $950 a month. And I stayed there for about 6 months, 7 months. No, 6 months or 8 months. I think it was actually 8 months. Anyways, so I had my little room and it was an add-on to the house. So I went there in September, so it got pretty cold that night. Um, we all had to share the AC, so I couldn't really turn it to what I wanted it to. And I was broke, so I couldn't really buy a space heater or anything, and I had one blanket. So, but honestly, I like the cold because, well, I don't like the cold, but I appreciated the times that it was cold because it was something that was uncomfortable. And so during this time of me being in monk mode when I was out in Houston, it was really, my mind had been primed already. Like I was so ready to do it. My mind was already primed. I was running away from the old life and I was running towards the new life. And really I found peace. I was at peace being in Houston. And I was broke. I didn't have any money like that. I was completely broke. I was barely eating anything. But I was really, really at peace because I was doing things that I had meant to do for years. And now I'm finally doing it all. I'm waking up at 3. I'm doing my push-ups. I'm making my bed. I'm reading. I'm working out. I'm studying every day. I'm working really hard every day, building my business. And I never went anywhere. I never went out. Nothing. Nothing. I never ever went out. Nothing. I think the only time that I like rewarded myself or like gave myself like a treat was when I would order DoorDash. And that was nice. It was a nice treat. I would get a milkshake and a Dave's spicy hot chicken sandwich. But during this time period, so that's how it started, right? I went into it, I was primed, my mind was ready, I was escaping my hometown, and I was waking up every single day at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at the latest. And I was doing 100 push-ups, and I was doing things that most of you guys probably think is unrealistic. I mean, I was doing things that shit I thought were unrealistic. I thought it was crazy for a little bit, but it felt right. It felt right, like doing that amount of work every day. And so here's another thing that it's a season. It was a season of grind mode, right? Those seasons don't last forever. And so now I'm out of that season, and now I'm like preparing myself to go back. It's not going to be the same though. Like it's not going to be the same type of like I'm at a different level now. So I have to do more and I have to do different than what I did before. But it's good going through those intense seasons of monk mode because it lets you know and it lets your brain know that you're capable of that. You are capable of doing that. So it's like you have more confidence when your back's against the wall. It's like, okay, I've been here before. I know what this looks like. And I know I could do it because I've done it before. So, that's really, really big. When you're going through a season of monk mode, season of isolation, whatever, you're starting this new journey and you just want to have a clean slate, a start over, whatever you want to work on, grind mode. The most important thing about the season of grind mode, right? Me reflecting on my mind when I was in Houston is it has to be uninterrupted. It cannot be interrupted because the second you interrupt it, bro, you're fucked. You're fucked. You cannot interrupt it. And it hurts a lot. It hurts not only not interrupting it, but it hurts going through it. It was intense emotional pain. I think it's like funny. I don't know if the devil did it or God did it, but as soon as I moved out to Houston, I got a girlfriend. I actually met her before I moved out to Houston. And, you know, we were together, seeing each other, but like it wasn't long before I was like, I'm not supposed to be in a relationship. Like this is not supposed to, I'm just not supposed to be in a relationship right now. And I know I'm not ready for a relationship. And we kind of understood that and went our separate ways, but that added to the pain. That added on to the pain of me being out there, not having friends. I changed my number. Nobody has my number. I don't talk to anybody, nothing. No people, nobody from my past, nothing. I'm out there and I just had a breakup. Maybe that was supposed to happen, so I go extra hard. But yeah, so it's hard when you're going through the level up and you're lonely. Uh because you'll have a thought, like a funny thought. A common thing that happened a lot was me and this ex-girlfriend, whatever, if she was my girlfriend or whatever, we were talking, we were seeing each other. But we had a really good connection, like a really, really good connection. Like our sense of humor was like the same. And so sometimes it would be late at night, right? I'm on my phone scrolling. We would send each other memes. And I see a meme, I'm like, oh, she would think that's funny. And I can't send it to her. That hurts. That hurts. But you get over it. You really get over it. But it's the same thing with friends too. When I was out there on my own, there were times where I really, really wanted to talk to my best friend. And there were times that I really, really wanted to talk to, I guess I want to say my brother, but he's not my blood brother. But there were times that I wanted to talk to my two best friends and I couldn't because I knew I couldn't. I knew I couldn't be distracted. And so as bad as I wanted to text them a funny meme or tell them something or just call them, I just wanted to call and talk to somebody, really. I couldn't. And I had this self-discipline to not do it. And it goes away. The urge it's really just urges to like socialize and urges to like connect with someone. So I had to learn how to transmute and direct that energy into my work. And so I wasn't feeling lonely anymore, especially when I started the Discord, but I also wasn't feeling lonely because I would pour my everything into those sellers. Every seller that I talked to, every house that I called up, I was putting my all into it and I was genuinely building a relationship because I'm relationship deprived. Yeah, I'm lonely. I will talk with you, Mr. Seller, for hours. But, I'm still smart, I'm going to get the deal done. But that was helping me build the skill. I was directing all of that energy into the skill of sales. And I think that's very important. So I guess rule number one of when you're going through a monk mode level up, you can't take a day off. No days off. It cannot be interrupted. It just can't. It's just the way it is. It's what it is. It can't be interrupted. And you have to do a set amount of work every single day. And you have to measure that work. Right? That's just what it is. Another thing Oh, and then pain. The rule number 2 is you got to be disciplined to not hit up the people from your past or people who you want to talk to because you want to talk to them, because you're supposed to use that in the moment. It's going to seem like, what's the point? I could call them, I could take a break, but you don't see you're not perceiving it correctly. You're supposed to have more pain. So anything that causes more pain, put it on you, because you will direct that energy and emotion into your work, and the work will be 10 times better and 10 times more efficient. So that's rule number 2, if I'm giving rules. And then rule number 3. Well, let me just add on to the break thing, whatever rule that was. If you do take a break, like, it's no days off, but like, I say that you're allowed 3 days off, but those 3 days are not really days off. Okay, you understand? So let me put it like this. If you're a student, you know about KPIs, key performance indicators, and you understand, or you know about the KPIs that I give to all my students to get a wholesale deal in 90 days or less, right? I say you have to hit that every single day consecutively. So I'm referring back to the grind mode, same thing. There's a certain amount of measured work that needs to be done every day. And there's only 3 days, I would say max, there's only 3 days that you're allowed to not hit that number. You understand? You still have to try, but it's okay. Like 3 times you could let it slip. More than 3 so again, you're working every day, but 3 days you're allowed, if something happens, to like not hit the full number. That's it. But there's no days off. Um, and I would say another thing that I learned from being in the level up, or being in grind mode, being in mode, is that you don't really need anything outside of yourself to create the reality that you want. 110% true. 110% true. Some people are so caught up in an ego or the world, or they don't even know who they really are. Like, they could never be happy alone, you know? Some people are so addicted to their phone and the world, as soon as they get alone, they have a panic attack. They freak out. Um, get comfortable with being alone. It is a superpower that pays off dividends. Because other people can sense it, other people can pick up on it, and it drastically changes the quality of your life when you are okay with yourself. You love and accept yourself to where being alone with yourself is not a burden. It doesn't drive you crazy because you like yourself. Okay, you're cool to hang around. You think that you're a catch to hang around. Most people don't think that. Most people don't even realize that they don't think that, because they spend all their time being distracted. When you're in a season of isolation and grind mode and you're building the business from the ground up, it's a lot of loneliness, and you have to learn how to not ignore it, but ignore the thoughts, ignore the intrusive thoughts that are like trying to tempt you to do something to where you're not lonely anymore. And then also you have to learn how to just transmute it or direct it somewhere else and use it. That's very, very big. Trying to reflect, there was something else I wanted to say about the journey that I thought was really important that you guys would want to hear. Um, yeah, I'd say the main things are, don't take any days off. It hurts a lot. Okay, no days off. You can only take 3 days that you don't hit the goals. Rule number 2 is going to be very, very painful, and you have to learn how to direct that energy into the right work and the right direction. I'd say 3 is just going off of the pain thing. I wasn't disciplined. I'm not disciplined. People would look at me in that season of my life and they say, damn, he's disciplined, right? If you go watch those videos, you would think like, yeah, he's crazy disciplined, but really I'm not. I'm not. I'm fucking lazy, and I have an addictive personality. I'm not smart like that. Like, I'm not the brightest bulb in the patch, but I'm telling you, you can make anything happen and you can make any dream come true if you just go through a season of monk mode and don't take any days off in that one season. The good thing about bad times is that they don't last forever. Okay. And the bad thing about good times is that they also don't last forever. So everything is a season. So when you're going through that season, just understand that there's no days off, there's no bitching, there's no complaining. You're going to do the work and you're not going to pay attention to how you feel. You're going to do the work regardless. And if you just do that for like, a year max, a year will change your life around. So that's another thing. So after I made the $100,000 and I got out, I was so ready to get out. I was so done. It was painful. I was just ready to achieve my dreams, like my goal, my year goal. I had one goal for the year and I achieved it in like April. My one goal was to make $100,000 and move out to Dallas in a high-rise apartment and have a Camaro, like a nice new Camaro. And I got every single fucking thing that I ever asked for. Every single thing that I ever asked for, I got it. You see it. I'm here in Dallas in my high rise with my 2021 Camaro. Okay. And 100 grand and a business. So you don't got to be smart. You just got to put in the work. But when I came out here, that's when it stopped. Truly, it's when it stopped. The second I got out here is when it stopped. Now, I didn't stop fully. That season stopped. So like that lifestyle like came to a halt. Now, there's habits that I've grown. There's a personality that I developed over time, right? So I read, that's just who I am now, right? I work, that's just who I am now. I own a business and I want to scale that business and multiple other businesses. That's just who I am. Like I watch podcasts all the time and I watch business educational videos all the time because that's just who I am. That's not work to me. You understand? So there's things that I got out of that season of isolation that will carry on with me for the rest of my life. Like I said, it gives me, now I have evidence in my head that I could do that again. I know I can do that because I did it then and I did it for 8 months straight. So I know I could do it now. I know I can. And there's little habits that I picked up along the way. And so even though when I got out here, I had to get over complacency and I had to get over my subconscious mind telling me that we're done and we did it. I still deal with that a little bit, but I feel like I'm truly like getting out of it now. It's just a phase that you have to go through. You have to get it out your system. When you make a lot of money, there's going to be temptations. Not everybody goes through it, but if you're poor, if you were poor when you grew up, then there is a temptation to want to spend some fucking money when you get it and buy the fancy shit, the fancy cars, the fancy clothes, the jewelry. You just got to go through it. You just got to get over it. It's just a part of the journey. So that's what I went through when I came out to Dallas, but I never stopped working. I never stopped building my business. I knew better than that. And so, yeah, now the business is doing better, way better. I have the coaching program. I have my students. I have the Discord, which is free now, by the way. If you want to join the Discord, the free student chat and classroom and everything, just click the link. It's going to be in the description below somewhere. So yeah, I got my wholesaling business. I got my coaching business. I got social media, which is popping. And then I'm looking into AI right now and just put it into my wholesaling business. So there's a long-term strategy for that too. I'm going to get AI to work inside my business to help me automate certain tasks and do certain things. And I'm going to get good at it. I'm going to get good at using AI for my sales and marketing business. Then once I get good at it and I understand the AI, I am going to sell what I bought, basically. I paid some guy for him to hook up AI into my business. I don't know what word to use, but I'm going to pay some guy to hook up AI into my business and it's going to help me automate my task and do other things like that. And so as, time goes on of me using the AI, I'm going to understand how it works. I'm not going to be an AI expert, right? I'm obviously going to have people smarter than me around me explaining this to me. But over time, when I get good at using the AI, after I get good at it and I understand it, I get the gist of it and I have smart people around me who I could trust who help me with the AI, then I'm going to package what the AI does for me and my business and I am going to sell it. Okay. And that is going to be a product that it pays dividends. I guess that's the right word or term to use. It will never go out of style, or it will like I just have to make the product one time and it will pay me forever, is what I'm trying to say. Same thing with the coaching, really. So I'm trying to create more products and I'm trying to expand my horizon because wholesale real estate is not the end all be all, guys. It is a vehicle and it's an awesome vehicle because I learned sales. I'm still learning sales, but yeah, that's kind of what I got going on right now. I got so yeah, I got about 3 businesses, right? And I have wholesaling, then I have coaching, then I have social media, kind of as a business, not really, and then it kind of is, and then I have uh another side of my wholesaling business, which is for just JVs. But yeah, that's the point of the video. I just wanted to describe, this is kind of a rant, me going on and on and on, but I just wanted to focus on the topic of me going through that season of monk mode because I wanted to make a real video, an uncut video of me like just being real and telling you what's going on with me in my life and me personally versus just always talking about wholesale real estate. You know, my personality is not wholesale real estate, but I'm very grateful for wholesale real estate and I will continue to teach it forever. If you got any value out of this, or if you have any questions, or if you want me to make a video about something that you're curious about, just leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. If you want to be my student, just DM me on Instagram. All that's going to be in the description below. If you want my free wholesaling scripts, my free wholesaling contracts, just DM me on Instagram, or you could email me. My email is going to be in the description below. If that's it, that's it. Subscribe. I'm dropping weekly videos about wholesale real estate, self-improvement, and just life in general. Okay. You guys stay motivated.